The Toyota Halftime Report. Brought to you by the new 1998 Toyota Corolla. My, how things have changed. Toyota, every day. From our New York studio, Chris Berman.
Well, undefeated Denver and undefeated New England, 25 years after the Dolphins went 17-0. Can anyone do it again? The Bears went 12-0 in 1985. The Skins went 11-0 in 91. We'll see. The Tampa Bay Bucks gave it a go at 5-0 until they were done in by Green Bay's defense yesterday in an afternoon chock full of big defensive plays. It was ironic because the Bucks' fast start was a direct result of the way their D has hit anything that moves or doesn't move. That's the green high. Second quarter at Lambeau Field. Trent Dilfer the screen. No, it's Gabe Wilkins, and watch. What? The defensive lineman able to leap tall buildings and quarterbacks with a single bound. His second TD of the year. You remember Wilkins? The fourth-round pick in '94 from Gardner-Webb. The Pack hold on to beat the Bucks 21-16. Dallas at the Giants. Third quarter, final minute. Troy Aikman. Meet Tito Wooten. A pair of picks for Wooten. You remember Wooten? A fourth-round pick in '94 from Northeast Louisiana. He's gone. 61-yard touchdown. The Giants have beaten the Cowboys now 2 in a row, 20-17 yesterday. Detroit at Buffalo, under 2.5 minutes to go. We're tied at 13. Barry Sanders, of all people, stopped for a safety by Bruce Smith and Phil Hansen. The Bills tack on a touchdown, but the safety wins the game, essentially 22-13 Buffalo. And what about Pittsburgh at Baltimore? After 3 interceptions in the first half, Cordell Stewart of the Steelers leads the comeback. 3 touchdown passes in the second half. 2 to Charles Johnson. But the Coupe de Grasse, his second rushing TD of the day. The fake reverse. No Raven's going to catch him. Look at him go. He could go all the way. 74 yards. Steelers win 42-34. 2 TD runs, 3 TD passes. Woo! For Cordell. Only the 7th time since the merger, a player has had 2 touchdown runs, 3 touchdown passes. The first from Steve Young in '94. That list also includes a veteran of these Patriots-Broncos wars, Steve Grogan, 1977. When we return, Al talks to the Patriots quarterback of the '90s and beyond. Drew Bledsoe, good game going at Denver. Stick around for the Toyota Halftime Report.
This Tuesday,
A customer, Michaels earlier, Elway was one of his football heroes.
You're an emerging star in your own right. You've been to the Super Bowl, but do you still find yourself being, in effect, a fan every time you play John Elway and you see him on the opposite side of the field?
I've been fortunate in that I play in a division where there've been some of the all-time great quarterbacks. So I play against Dan Marino twice a year, and until this year played against Jim Kelly twice a year, and so I think that any of the idolizing factors or whatever, the hero worship or whatever was worked out of my system early on. Now I appreciate watching John play, and I still admire him as a quarterback. Probably, in my mind, the best to ever play. But it's not the same now as it was. Now I just want to go beat him.
Every quarterback, every player is driven by the desire, obviously, to wear the ring, to get to the Super Bowl and win it. But individually, on a personal basis, what is it that you want to accomplish in your career?
Well, I think that the relationship that I've been able to have with some of the great quarterbacks in the game, with with Dan Marino and with John and with some other guys, has really made it clear to me that all those individual accomplishments really pale unless you have that Super Bowl ring. Marino is still playing, Warren Moon's still playing, John's still playing. All these guys are still playing, have accomplished amazing things statistically, but I think they all feel like they've got to win that ring or nothing's complete.
Clearly, the big story after the Super Bowl with your club was Bill Parcells out, Pete Carroll in. I'm not quite sure exactly how to put this, but let's just say Parcells toughened you?
Without a doubt. Bill was a guy that presented you with a lot of adversity, during practice, through training camp. But he also is a very, very intelligent football coach, and I learned a lot of things from him. And, I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I'm glad that he was my football coach. I'm glad I had him for 4 years. And now I'm glad that I have Pete Carroll as my coach because I feel like I can go on with enough working here.
What about your family life right now? There's a big event coming up in November.
Yeah, we're having our first child in November, so I'm ecstatic about that. I just hope that I can be there. We're on the road 3 straight weeks right around that time, so hopefully things will work out.